welcome to the Shy Sheep. So I have returned back from the dead. If it looks like the life has been drained out of me and I've lost 10 years of my life, then it's because my taste week was pretty rough. But it's over now. I'm literally filming this the day after it ended. But anyway, today's video is a 1,000 subscriber special. Woo! I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed to my channel. It really means a lot to me, and it really makes me so happy being able to connect with all of you. So I wanted to do something special. I don't know if this actually interests a lot of you, but I kind of also wanted to do it for those who would like this, and also for myself as like a little celebration, acknowledgement of a little milestone. But basically, I asked quite a while ago if you guys had any questions for me, either figure related or a bit more personal, that you wanted to ask me, because I would do a Q&A for 1,000 subscribers, which I am clearly doing. The first comment / question is congratulations. My questions for the Q&A are: do you have any pets? Have you ever gone away over budget? I'm sorry, I can't read. I clearly only have one brain cell left. When buying a figure. So firstly, thank you so much. I really appreciate the congratulations. Then the question: I do have pets. I have 3 cats that my boyfriend and I own together. 2 of them are ragdolls and 1 of them is a Maine Coon. So we have 2 male cats. They're both the ragdolls, and the one's name is Benjamin, but we call him Benji. And the second cat we got last year, or the second ragdoll we actually got together last year. And we named him Franklin so that we could have cats named Benjamin Franklin. Anyway, I think I often mention in my videos that one of my cats is extremely destructive and will literally take all my happiness away from me. If I leave figures or anything out, he will destroy them. And that's Franklin, the youngest kitten or cat. He's like just over a year old now, so. And then the Maine Coon is a female, and her name is Misty because she's grey, and when I first got her, she reminded me of the mist. She's also quite shy as well, so I thought the name Misty suited her. Anyway, the second part of the question is: have you ever gone way over budget when buying a figure? While I have gone over budget when buying a figure, I haven't gone way over budget. Unless you sort of count the Gojo F-Next figure, because that is technically over budget for a simple 1/7 for me. Like way. If it was any other character, I wouldn't have even considered buying the figure, you know? So I guess technically yes, actually I have. But if it's buying a pre-owned figure, no, I generally don't go over budget because I don't have sufficient funds to go over budget for any other figures. Like, I'm pretty strict, I guess, with that, so I can't really go over budget because then can't buy food, you know? The next question, Then the next question is, or question / comment. Also, just by the way, I'm not pronouncing anyone's names because I'm really terrified of mispronouncing your names. So, just in case, but the screenshots are on the screen so you can see your questions. Congratulations on reaching 900 subscribers. Thanks for all your videos. I love your channel. First of all, thank you so much. I see your comments every week, and I look forward to your comments every week. I am so excited to chat to you in the comments. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you congratulating me, and I'm so glad that you love my channel. It really makes me happy, and I'm glad that I've created a little place for people to enjoy as well on the internet, so that makes me happy. Anyway, here are my list of questions. Who are your favorite anime and manga characters, and why are they your favorites? Okay, I'm gonna get to the rest of your questions. This question is a long one. Okay, so my favorite anime and manga characters. Oh, where do I even begin? Okay, let's start with Haikyuu because... Okay, my absolute favorite in Haikyuu, if I haven't made it completely obvious, is Oikawa. He is my absolute best boy. He is top of the best boy list. I love him so much. The reason why is, so at first, I think a lot of people at first don't like Oikawa because he kind of seems quite rude and like snarky, but honestly I kind of love that about him, like how cheeky he is and playful. I also like how determined and hardworking he is, and the fact that he, like everyone else in the show, is like, Kageyama's a prodigy, and even though this does get to Oikawa at one point, he doesn't like let it stop him from achieving his goals and dreams and pushing it to try and become better than Kageyama, which I really love about him. So I really love that, and I love how, like, how human he is. Like, he just acts so, like, human, like any one of us would, you know? I also just really love that really cheeky kind of personality, and he acts so dumb, but Oikawa is actually so clever, and I really love that sort of contrast in his personality and how silly he is, and like he doesn't actually take himself that seriously, and I love his humor, I love his personality, and he is top of the pretty setter squad. I just love him, and I think he's also really talented, and he's just, it's amazing. I love him. Anyway, I also love Shoyo Hinata. He is the sun. He is a human tangerine. I love him so much. I find Shoyo to be really inspirational to me, so I keep pushing when I'm really just like, I want to just give up, you know? Because despite not having like all the things, like the height and power that you would need, or that you would need for the like middle blocker, wing spiker positions, he doesn't let that stop him from becoming an amazing volleyball player. And I suppose I'm talking about manga and anime here because I collect the Haikyuu manga and read it, obviously, but I just find him amazing, and how he always looks at like kind of like obstacles as opportunities to grow and learn, and he never lets anything get him down. Like when he sees a character, a player like Hoshiyumi that's so much better than him but is his height, he like doesn't let that get him down. In fact, it like motivates him and inspires to become even stronger and better. So I love that. I also just love how happy he is, and literally I can be having an awful day and look at like Shoyo from the manga, like in the manga panels, and I just feel so much better. Anyway, I also love Kageyama as well. I love his growth from like this like really, edgy, grumpy, like, just not a team player Kageyama, to you just watch him grow into like this amazing like team player. His communication skills get better, his relationships get better. He's also just such a sweetheart. Like, he seems edgy and like, but he's actually just a sweetheart. Like, he's just so sweet and cute, and I love him. I also love all the characters from Haikyuu, but I won't be going through all of them. Oh, I do love the twins. The twins, I love the twins. I'm not sure, I don't think I've showed this on my channel, I think, but I literally have 2 big wall scrolls of the twins hanging above my bed. That's how much I love them. So yeah, I think the twins are hilarious. I love their dynamic with each other. Their constant competition, how they make each other better and end up supporting each other and just being each other's biggest fans. I just love them, and I love how they're like, they fight but like they care about each other so much, and they're also amazing players. Like, I love them. I love them, that's all I have to say. I'll go to Demon Slayer next. I love Tanjiro. Tanjiro is one of my favorites in Demon Slayer, if not my absolute favorite. Basically, Tanjiro is so kind. He is the kindest character I've ever come across. Like, his whole family gets murdered by demons, and his sister gets turned into a demon, and yet he can still feel sorrow for those demons that he kills that have had just an awful life. Sorry if you can hear my cat meowing. It's Franklin, by the way, the destructive one. He's also very sad and needy. So, but he can't be in the room when I film because destruction for my camera, you know? He just cares so much, and he, like, for everyone, he can see anyone getting mistreated and he will just step in straight away to try and help them. He's just always trying to help people, and I love that. I love that about him so much. Next, I love Haikyuu. Sorry about my cat again. Haikyuu is just such a sweetheart. I love him so much, and I think, like, you know, he's not cold, even though he seems like he is. And he actually has a heart of gold and a really warm heart that cares for everyone, but he just has trouble showing things. Let's see, Jujutsu Kaisen. My favorite is Suguru. I guess if you've seen the movie, which if you haven't, you should probably click a bit away. You obviously can see, I'll put a spoiler warning, but from the movie you can clearly see that Gojo and Suguru were best friends, or are best friends, and went to Jujutsu High together, which you see more of later in the manga. But Suguru is such a sweetheart. He is actually a really good person if you don't look at the other side of this, you know? But he's a sweetheart, and I just love him, and I love his and Gojo's dynamic. They're just amazing, and Suguru really, he both warms and breaks my heart at the same time, because he just doesn't deserve all the things that happen. And I just wanted him to be happy, and the fact that him and Gojo, like, they can't be the besties they were because, like, you know, one is protecting the world, one is not. You know, it's so sad because they had such a beautiful friendship. I mean, you could see it in the movie when Gojo calls him his best friend. Oh god, that's so sad. Anyway, I also love Gojo, if that isn't completely obvious. I love him so much. I love Gojo's humor. I love how he's literally the strongest but doesn't take himself seriously. Like, he acts like a douche, but not really, you know? Like, he doesn't act like a douche in the way you would expect the strongest sorcerer to act, you know? Like, he's better than everyone in a mean way and looks down on everyone. You know, he doesn't do that. He's just an ass in the way that he just takes everything as a joke. Anyway, I also love the trio, Megumi, Nobara, and Yuji. I love them very much. I also truly love Yuta. Yuta has a very special place in my heart. So I just love his character development. Then My Hero Academia, Todoroki and Bakugo are my favorites. Todoroki is just an angel. He's a sweetheart. He looks so smart, but he's so dumb and dense sometimes. And Bakugo, I didn't actually like Bakugo in the beginning. In season 1, I really disliked him. But as you watch him grow, oh my god, I fell in love with Bakugo. I love him so much. He is an angry, little, precious, like, shouty angel, okay? He is amazing, and I love him, and I love his character development. Okay, let's see. Food Wars, my favorite character is Soma. He was my very first best boy. Very close to my heart. From Fruits Basket, my favorite is Toru. Who else would it be? It's also Yuki and Kyo because I love them very dearly. I also love Ayame. I think he's top notch. I love his humor. I clearly just love humor. That was really long. The next one. Is there a big anime community where you live? So, at least from my personal experience, if I'm going off of the size of anime communities in other countries, like for example the US, Canada, probably Europe. I know Europe isn't a country, just by the way, I'm just grouping them. The anime community in South Africa is very small, to my knowledge. At least we've only recently started getting anime movies in theatre, which is very exciting, which means our anime community is growing, so it's clearly bigger than what it was. But I don't find like there's a ton of people who like get together and like cosplay, and there's not like a lot of people who collect figures. Like there's a few, but it's not a ton, and it's really difficult to find people who do collect figures or a lot of anime merch. There is an anime like an anime store for like merch that I get all my merch from, called The Engraved Slave, which I've spoken about before, and from them it does look like there is an anime community, but it is smaller than other countries. So for me at least, I'm quite introverted, so it's really difficult for me to find people who like anime or collect anime figures. So at least to me it feels like it's quite small, or at least it's difficult to find people like me. So yeah, but I think it's growing. I do think it's growing, and I think that maybe in certain parts of the country there's like a bigger community than other parts. So yeah. What made you get into figure collecting? Basically I'm very, very sentimental, and I like to have physical representations of the things I love and are close to me, or close to my heart, and make me very happy, so that I can have a physical incarnation of that happiness, so whenever I look at it I can feel that same happiness. So I basically watched like, after like 3 or 4 of watching some anime, I was looking for figures already. I didn't know that like there was a huge community for figures, and that there was like it was like this where you could pre-order things, but I just wanted to know if there was like a figure or like a little thing or like something physical of them, because I play, well, I don't play it as much anymore because I don't have that much time, but I do play it occasionally. I play Valorant, and I had seen there was a Jet figure, which is one of the characters you can play as, and I love Jet. I didn't actually purchase it, but when I saw that I sort of knew that there were figures for things, so then that's why I got the idea to look up figures for the anime I was watching, and then I just went ahead and bit the bullet and bought myself a figure, and I haven't looked back. So this one is kind of random, but what are you getting your degree in? So I am studying a Bachelor of Science in Actuarial Science, which is just a very maths and stats and actuarial science based degree, and it's killing my soul. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's a lot of work, and like, you know, it's very stressful, and that part is truly awful, and it's very difficult, but I am enjoying the content and enjoying that, but I don't enjoy just how much stress I am getting from it, you know? Anyway, so that's that. Then the next question I have is, congratulations on 900k. Okay, I think you meant 900 subs, but thank you. Hopefully you can get to 1,000 soon too. What got you into anime figure collecting? Are there any influences that made you interested in the hobby? Also, is there a figure manufacturing company that you don't like or won't buy from but like the designs? Okay, so I basically answered what got you into anime figure collecting in the previous question. But the influences that made me interested in the hobby were Valorant, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Those are like the anime and the show, since Avatar technically isn't an anime. Those are the things that got me interested in looking up if there were figures for things, and then it just steadily grew. And also because of that, because I saw that anime figure collecting was actually kind of like pretty intense, I found Daijo Boo Boo or Haley's channel and I watched a ton of her videos, and I'm pretty sure I also watched a ton of Gwen Collects videos in the beginning, and seeing their figures and just how beautiful they were. And I'm also pretty sure I started watching Anabe's figures as well. Well, Anabe's videos as well, because she had like stuff on MyFigureCollection as well, so that was when I was finding everything out. So those three, honestly, like seeing their figures and seeing like them get so excited about everything really made me want to also just partake in that happiness. A figure manufacturing company that I don't like, but like the designs of, you know, I wouldn't buy from FOTS Japan just because, I don't know, I have very many trust issues, and trying to replace a broken figure for me in South Africa is not worth it, so. But I haven't really liked the designs of anything from FOTS Japan because they haven't made anything that I'm interested in of characters that I like. But I suppose if they did, then I wouldn't buy that figure even if I liked the design. But there hasn't really been a figure company that I felt that way about, because like Eastream has some troubles, but I'm willing to buy from them. So yeah, I don't think so. At least not as of right now. So anyway, next question. Congrats on the 900. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that so much. With how your videos are as enjoyable as the big three collectors on here, you definitely deserve the love and even much more in the future. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my god, thank you. That really, I mean, I read this already, but like reading it again, because you know, I responded to your comments, but reading it again makes me really happy, so thank you. Questions. Are there any figures that you want to own that you don't have any knowledge of the series they're from? So I try not to do that. So I don't really have the money to buy figures that aren't from shows that I don't know. But I was tempted in the past, and I pre-ordered that Yai Sakura figure of her in that like hoop. I ended up cancelling it because there were figures that I knew and loved that were in the same month. So I do try not to do that, but sometimes it is really tempting. Like so tempting when you see like those just really beautiful figures that just look like pieces of art to you. But yeah, I'm not really tempted, but sometimes I get the temptation. But I don't really actually then go and buy them even if I feel tempted, because I know that later on I'm gonna probably regret it. Anyway, your biggest figure in your collection is my Elizabeth 1/4 scale bunny, who is over there to the side. Do you play video games, and if so, do you have any favorites? So I do. I play Valorant. I played CSGO with my boyfriend for a bit, but I don't really like it. Even though it's like the same thing, you know, but anyway. Like everyone, I play The Sims every now and again because it's The Sims. But yeah, I really only like Valorant the most. It was like my first person shooter game, and I really love it. I really enjoy it. I just don't play it as much anymore because I don't have time for everything. But I do still like playing it and like watching clips and stuff, so. Okay, the next one. Hey Megan, I just wanted to say I love your videos and I think you're adorable. Aw, thank you. Thank you so much, that means a lot to me. I want to ask, are you a fan of any Western or non-anime franchises such as Marvel, DC, Star Wars, or Harry Potter? In the past, I was a huge Marvel fan, which I still think Marvel is better than DC, by the way. But I do love, okay, so I love Batman, but let me clarify. I only love Batman if it's Christian Bale playing Batman, because he is the best Batman that there ever was. Next. I loved Marvel in the past, but ever since the Infinity War movie, I sort of kind of stopped watching it because the Marvel movies kind of felt bland after that to me. I don't know, it sort of just felt like we were rehashing stories and things were just dragging on, and you know, all my favorite characters died in there, like literally every single one. The people I was hoping wouldn't die, died, so yeah, I was pretty upset about that, so I was just like, what's the point? Anyway, and I really didn't understand why they had to die either, like it could have been done without them dying, but anyway, it's fine. And I am quite a big Harry Potter fan. I was a much bigger Harry Potter fan in the past, but I still love Harry Potter dearly. I have a lot of Harry Potter trivia up here. And yeah, I mean, you know, you can take all those quizzes. I took those quizzes and I'm either a Gryffindor or a Ravenclaw, which I think I'm probably more of a Ravenclaw because, I don't know, I would like to be brave, but I don't think I am brave, you know? So yeah, I was really into Harry Potter, and I really do. I have like all the Harry Potter books, and I actually wanted to collect the collector's edition thingies of the books where the different volumes come in the different house colors with like the house scarves as the colors on the side of the book, like of the pages. I have one of them. I have the first volume in Gryffindor's colors, so I wanted to get like a few of the other ones in like the different like Slytherin and Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff and that kind of stuff, but they're quite difficult to find for me, so I can't really think of the things that I like. When I get asked a question, then I just forget about everything I enjoy. So those are the things off the top of my head. My boyfriend did make me watch Star Wars, and that sounds like he forced me, but it's not the case. I just hadn't seen it and he was like, you need to see it. So then we watched it together. I really enjoyed Star Wars, but I don't really like the new Star Wars movies, but the old ones are really good. I really enjoyed the storyline with them. And they made me quite sad because I really like Anakin. Anyway, the next question, also, always see you in my comments as well, and I love speaking to you. Is there a figure that you love so much but that you would never buy, and for what reason? What was the very first anime that you got into, and how do you want your collection to develop in the future? So, there is a figure that I love but will probably never buy. It's the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood figure that I keep calling a grail. Just, it's very expensive and that shipping will literally kill me, so no. Also, the Erin and Akari Stockings bunny, love her, but the price is not where it's at, so yeah, I just can't spend that amount of money on a single figure, unfortunately. So, and I love them to death, would do anything to have them except spend that money. Anyway, first anime that got me into it, so I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, which technically isn't an anime, but that made me want to watch anime. And then I watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I literally fell in love. I was like, what is this amazing world that I've just dipped into? And after then, I think I haven't watched a Western show since. My boyfriend, like, we watched, like, I say Western movies, like, you know, movies together every now and again, but otherwise we're like watching anime because I'm like, oh, there's this anime and this anime, we have to watch this one, and this one's new, and this one and this one. Anyway, yeah, how do I want my collection to develop in the future? I basically want to be collecting things that I really love and are special to me. So I'd really love to have a couple Haikyuu shelves, and I really just see it developing into more of the anime that I love. So as more, because I'm sure there's going to be more anime that are very close to me and that are very special to me. So I just see myself taking in those anime and start collecting figures from them, if there are figures, of course, for them. I see my Demon Slayer shelves and Jujutsu Kaisen shelves and My Hero Academia shelves just expanding, my Attack on Titan shelf hopefully being complete in the future. Yeah, that's kind of where I see it going as of right now. That's what makes me really happy when I think about where it would go. So yeah, that's sort of like a brief summary. Then the next question, I also see you in my comments all the time, and I really enjoy speaking to you as well. Okay, so the next one is congratulations on getting to 900. I'm sure you'll make 1,000. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask something lifestyle focused. What do you like to do for fun, and what are some of your favorite types of food? What do I like to do for fun? I like to watch anime. Just kidding, I do like to watch anime. I really love drawing, so I actually spend a lot of my free time drawing. Sometimes when I should be doing university work, straight after coming home from university, I'm like, I can't. Actually, I think I'll go insane, so then I draw instead. I play games every now and again. One of the things I like to do for fun, which I can only really do very occasionally, is I really love wildlife photography, but I can only do that when we go away, like to the Kruger Park, which we went away in February, so I could engage in that hobby. It's something that I really, really love, and it really makes me happy, and I love animals so much, and I love the Kruger Park so much. So wildlife photography is something I really love to do, and then I really enjoy editing those photos, but it takes me a really long time to edit them. So I don't generally have all the time in the world to do that, so it takes me a while to actually get to them. I really enjoy reading manga as well. I'm actually going to do that after I film. I have like a whole lot of them just sitting there waiting for me to read them. So yeah, I really enjoy reading, drawing, editing. I really enjoy filming these videos for you guys and editing them. It really makes me happy. I really enjoy watching anime in my spare time. It makes me feel so happy. I was having an awful day the other day and I watched Haikyuu. Felt so much better afterwards. I also have some cats, so I enjoy actually playing with them, you know, and giving them love and affection. I really enjoy spending time with my boyfriend and going on little adventures when we can, or just relaxing together and, like, you know, doing nothing together. I really enjoy that too. So I would say those are the top things that I do for fun. Anyway, yes, what are my favorite types of food? I have a lot of stomach problems, so I can't eat a lot of types of food. Kind of like in the way that someone who's lactose intolerant can eat dairy, but like really shouldn't. There's like foods like that for me, you know? But I'm not lactose intolerant. Okay. Anyway, I really enjoy pizza, even though I really shouldn't eat too much of it, but I do. So I don't eat it all the time for that reason, but I really love pizza. It's such a difficult question because I really enjoy like different things at different, like I could really enjoy something and then just go off eating it for like months. I really like waffles. I love waffles. I have a really big sweet tooth, so like waffles, this is gonna sound weird. I really enjoy suckers. Just so good. I love flapjacks. Oh, flapjacks. Well, I guess in America you guys call them pancakes, don't you? Anyway, here we call them flapjacks. They're like the fat, small pancakes, I guess. Right? Anyway, love those. Could eat them all day. Really, they're all things that I shouldn't eat because they all contain gluten, by the way. So that's something I shouldn't be eating. I love toasted sandwiches as well. It's just such a good, just gluten everywhere. Just love them so much though. I love burgers. I have a really unhealthy, I eat healthily, but I really love unhealthy foods. So I love burgers so much. So much. And I also really like, I can eat gluten-free pasta, so I do like pasta bake. It's very delicious, especially the one my boyfriend's mom makes. Ooh, love it so much. Yum. Those are like the main top foods that I could really think of, but most of my things are unhealthy, even though I don't actually eat unhealthy all the time, but unhealthy food's so good, you know? So the last few questions are actually all the same as well, not all the same, but like are the same as previous questions. So I will put those on the screen as well in the other question, like when they were asked, so that you can see that I've read all of your questions. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for this Q&A. I hope that it was fun and interesting and I didn't like bore you all. And I just wanted to say thank you again for all of you that have subscribed and are here and watching my videos. It really means so much to me, and it makes me really happy, and I'm really glad I get to connect with all of you because it just makes me feel so warm inside, you know? And yeah, it just sort of feels like you're all my friends that I just get to talk about anime with all the time, which makes me really happy. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a lovely week, and I look forward to seeing you all next week, but it's okay if you don't want to, I understand. But anyway, I hope you guys all have a lovely day and a week ahead, and I'll see you next week. Well, actually, I'm gonna see you this week still on Sunday because this is an extra video this week. Okay, anyway, bye guys!